Good morning everyone, and welcome. Today, we will be diving into the important topic of occupational fraud within organizations. Our presentation is titled Understanding and Combating Occupational Fraud in Organizations, where we'll explore in depth the various forms of corruption and asset misappropriation schemes. We'll also discuss their significant impact on businesses and, most importantly, effective strategies to prevent these issues from occurring. I'm looking forward to sharing these insights with you. Today, we're focusing on occupational fraud, which is fraud committed by people within the organization, like executives, employees, and other insiders. This type of fraud generally falls into two main categories: corruption and asset misappropriation. It's crucial to understand how these frauds happen and the serious impact they can have, not only on the financial health of the organization but also on its reputation. Being aware of these risks is key because it enables organizations to put effective controls in place, both to prevent fraud and to detect it early. Ultimately, protecting an organization's assets and reputation depends on a solid understanding of how fraud works and taking proactive steps to stop it. Occupational fraud continues to be a significant challenge for organizations, with a median loss of $125,000 per case. The most common types of fraud we see are asset misappropriation, which accounts for nearly 90% of cases, followed by corruption at 36%. On average, these fraudulent schemes go undetected for over a year, about 14 months, which underscores how stealthy they can be. When we look at who is committing these frauds, employees make up the largest group at 44%, but managers and executives also play a notable role, contributing 19% and 14% respectively. Detection is most often driven by tips, making up 40% of the cases, which highlights the importance of encouraging whistleblowers. Internal controls and audits are responsible for identifying 25% and 14% of cases respectively. Industries like banking, manufacturing, and government are particularly vulnerable, and overall, fraud has been reported in roughly 1 out of every 3 organizations in the past 2 years. These figures really emphasize both how widespread occupational fraud is and the significant financial impact it has on businesses of all types. Corruption can take several forms, including bribery, conflicts of interest, illegal gratuities, and economic extortion. At its core, corruption involves exchanging something of value to gain improper influence or benefits that go against a person's responsibility to their organization. Those most likely to engage in these schemes are often managers, executives, or procurement staff, given their control and access to resources. On average, corruption results in financial losses of around $200,000, but these losses can escalate into the millions, highlighting the significant risk and impact. While corruption is less frequent than other types of fraud like asset misappropriation, its financial consequences tend to be much greater. Detecting corruption is especially challenging because it's often well hidden. Most cases come to light through tips or detailed audits, which underscores the importance of strong internal controls and whistleblower programs. Overall, the financial impact of corruption can be severe, making it crucial for organizations to stay vigilant and proactive in their prevention efforts. When we look at asset misappropriation schemes in detail, there are several common types to keep in mind. These include cash theft, billing schemes, payroll fraud, false reimbursements, and non-cash theft. Essentially, these schemes involve either directly stealing assets or manipulating records to divert resources for personal benefit. Typically, the perpetrators are lower-level employees, although sometimes managers are involved through collusion. This type of fraud tends to be quite prevalent, with a median loss of around $100,000 per case, making up 89% of all occupational fraud incidents. Detection usually comes from employee tips, weaknesses in internal controls, or during audit procedures. Understanding these key points can help organizations better identify and prevent asset misappropriation. Occupational fraud is a challenge that can impact organizations of any size and at all levels, involving a wide range of individuals. It's important to recognize that both corruption and asset misappropriation not only lead to significant financial losses but also harm the organization's reputation. Staying vigilant is essential. Awareness must be maintained across all employee levels to catch potential issues early. When it comes to detecting fraud, encouraging employees to report suspicious activity, maintaining strong internal controls, and conducting regular audits are key strategies. Finally, leadership plays a crucial role by prioritizing proactive education, establishing clear policies, and fostering a culture of integrity. This approach is fundamental to minimizing the risks associated with fraud.